So this is Scorpio Spear testing. This is going to be for stamina. The goal of this is just to see, just in kind of like a short little video, how strong can Scorpio be on a stamina option, because on my main channel I did like attack stuff just because I like attack whatever, and shout out to NDK Shady for helping with the testings. Oh, also, if you like bays that spin, subscribe, comment your thoughts, and as well, Mala bays we import from Japan and we are Canadian based. Optionally support the channel. I appreciate any support regardless. Real disclaimer. Please follow the timestamps, as this will be testing one combination, but I'm also throwing in the 070 and the zap stuff I talked about. Next up, we got Aero 160 low flat. It's just a good attacker with great attack power and stamina, so we'll see if we can actually defend well against it or lose bad. Okay, we got Aero 160 low flat against Scorpio 960 free ball. If you can... I just want to see if it bursts. If it bursts, then that's like gonna hurt it, but if it doesn't, fair enough. Oh my god! Bully! Put that through. Can't touch this. No! No! Can't touch this. No! Whoa! Yo! Fuck! Oh god, I can feel it. Don't hit me. It's 6 to 11. Yes! Alrighty. So during this section, what I was able to see with Scorpio Spear is that defensively, I do think it's pretty good. One of the issues I do know that seems to be constant is just the mode change can really mess up its trajectory. And sometimes in battle, the recoil can be used against itself, but you know, I would say it didn't do it that bad at all. Obviously, I believe it lost more than it won just because of a little bit, but also it's because I'm still adjusting to the release, so I think overall, this did a lot better than you would expect it to. This is like probably the most consistent, I would label this maybe as like a glass cannon we've seen in Beyblade X. Far better than like your Whale Wave, Impact, or Buster, for an example. Okay, we're gonna be trying this out against Wizard Rod, whatever, 960 ball. We're just gonna see in a stamina battle, can it actually outmatch it? Does it have stamina, or is it just gonna beat it up? Or lose? We'll see. Bro, it's literally just tapped it like one time and it wins right away. That was a close one, but it won't happen again. Fuck. Hey there, if you're in this audio, that means I decided I will not subject you to watching long stamina rounds. So, what I've noticed with Scorpio's Spear is that it's not necessarily like it's some brilliant stamina type. In fact, this is the phenomenon that we saw with Phoenix Wing, where Phoenix Wing, in the time that it released pre-Rod era, was like this godly thing where you could use it on defense, attack, or stamina, or whatever. And because it's so heavy, it just wit bullied stuff. So what we're seeing with Scorpio Spear is that it's not particularly good in stamina, it's just it wit bullies the fuck out of Wizard Rod. So in a way, I'll take what I can get, because the stamina's not perfect. There are ways you can try to destabilize it to make it lose a lot of stamina, and a pure stamina off against other stuff, it will probably lose. But this was something that I saw and I thought, damn, that is something interesting. Because for Wizard Rod right now, for counters, we have Silver Wolf, I guess, and now Scorpio. So we're getting a little bit more diversity in the stamina meta, which is impressive if you are looking at how dry it's been for such a long time. In this section, we're going to be talking about 070, the new ratchet that we got. So, zero side is really tricky because it does overhang quite a bit, and even though it is zero sides, it's gonna be kind of easy to burst, for an example, if it touches the rail, just because it's such a wide contact that if you just tap on the side, it could burst and lose. So when I originally tried like 080, I was like, yeah, this probably could just get used for like defense stuff or whatever, like some really tall hexa build. So 070, is it any different? I think I maybe got a tight 070. I don't know, because with Ratchet, sometimes you get like tight ones, sometimes you don't, but it didn't feel like, at least on Silver Wolf, and it could just be, yes, well, that was because it was on Silver Wolf. It wasn't really bursting that bad. Maybe if I really launched it at the contact, it could, but I do think probably if you're going to be getting some use out of 070, I would think maybe on like a Wizard Rod, a Silver Wolf. I think those are the only times you'd use them on like Hexa. I definitely think a tight resistant bit, it would have to be. I'm trying to think what else you could do it for. I mean, zero size doesn't have that bad of weight, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm gonna go pause and go check. Yeah, I just checked. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else. Like, I didn't show it in the thing, so maybe attack stuff like a Phoenix Wing. I don't really think there'd be a point. I'm just trying to throw out other ideas. So in this section, we're going to be talking about the Zap bit. So with Zap, if I were to be comparing this to Point, and we'll kind of contrast this to Transpoint as well. Transpoint, I feel, has more stamina than regular Point, because it's more like the ball's kind of doing a lot of the work. Yes, there's a little bit of aggression. Point's like in that middle point where it's aggression and stamina. Zap is really aggressive. So what happens is it literally does the namesake, zaps its own stamina, because it's really the first few seconds, and after that you kind of just waste a lot of stamina. I was hoping for a little bit more. I kept trying to use it. I think if you're going to be using Zap, it's probably going to be on some aggressive build where it's got to be the first hit right away. So this was my thought process. Get this on like a 760 build, on some glass cannons like an Impact Strike, a Drawn Buster, a Whale Wave, a Xeno Excalibur, something like that, and just like hope for the best for the first few seconds. I'm not fond of it. I think it could maybe have some use, whatever, but I feel like I can't really see it right now. If someone who's listening right now has any good Zap combos, let me know. I really tried to use it. I'm more kind of leaning towards this idea that I do feel that 16 gear bits aren't really good, or in the sense like the 16 gears aren't doing anything for them. Like Level's a good bit, but it's not really like the 16 gears are doing anything for it. Hex is a good bit, but it's not really like the 16 gears are doing anything for it, you know? It is what it is, you know? I was hoping for more, but again, if you find any combos, let me know. So for the final thought section for Scorpio Spear, this is a must-have to get. I say this is like a really welcome addition. I think this is definitely meta-defining, where you have something that can compete with a Wizard Rod, I would say pretty close to each other. It definitely does have defensive properties that I do like. I do like it on aggressive combinations. I had another video where I tried down on some aggro stuff. I didn't go like crazy on it, but it does have a lot of potential. I would say low height stamina, 960 free ball, 160 free ball for an example. I just like free ball just because it seems to work well. Just do like an easy transition onto the gimmick, and it's a good destabilizer bit that I kind of like. What else? Just low height attack stuff in general for Scorpio. I think it works pretty well, and if you have any combinations, feel free to throw it up. Trying to think what else. Oh, pros and cons. Pros, very heavy. It's really hard. Pretty good attack versus attack. Pretty decent stamina. Not bad at all defense. The cons, I don't know. I guess sometimes you can use the recoil against itself, and because it's top heavy, if you destabilize it, you can easily beat it, I would say. Or I say easily, but it's not hard to defeat. It's just a release that I feel is very consistent for what it can do. It doesn't really disappoint me in any regard. It does good. For the other parts, just to throw it up on just quick thoughts, 070 I think is a fine ratchet. I would probably use it on defensive stuff that just makes the most amount of sense, like Hexa or whatever. Mine wasn't that bursty, but if you run into issues with 070 or whatever, let me know. I think Zero Sides is kind of really hated, which I was a little surprised with, because I do think it's true that if it touches the rail, it dies, but it's not. I don't think it's that bursty, but also maybe, I don't know, I got luck. But Zap is really hard to use, because Zap's whole thing is that it has the 16 gears, so it does a really powerful extreme dash. I don't really know what to use it for. I don't think it's awful, I just think it's going to be really hard to find some good use out of it. Zap is a bit where you really got to like right at the start and that's it. So my thought process for what could be good with Zap is maybe on a lot of tough recoil stuff, so like glass cannons. Because if you're already expending so much energy and you go really fast and strong at the start, that's maybe the best use out of it. It's probably similar to how I feel about Excel, to be quite honest, but better than other stuff. I don't feel the stamina is that good. I feel it's just pretty aggressive, and that's kind of all it's got going for it. But if you can find use out of Zap, and if you can find cool combinations, please let me know, because I really love it. Alrighty, and that's going to be it for now, so I want to say take care and bye!